What is up, my friends, and welcome to another edition of the XFL Week in Review. I'm your host, Mark Perry, editor of XFL NewsHub, your alt football media guru. On this week's show, it's going to be a quick show. I know you all watching the TCU Georgia game. Maybe if you're hearing this recorded version, then you're like, what? But we are live. We have some news to get to. XFL training camp sites. We've got some sights and sounds from that. Tamu officially signs with the DC Defenders, plus some other player news and so much more. Appreciate all the likes and love from last week's show. Remember, if you like football, then like and subscribe to this channel. Let's get this thing to 60 likes. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell when you sign up so you're alerted when we go live or when we have new content. Also, been rocking and rolling, my friends. Been rocking and rolling. The XFL fantasy football app. Oh, let's see here. Has been, there we go, crushing it. So head over to newshubfantasy.com and you can sign up right now and play XFL fantasy football. Leagues are forming now. There's a lot more leagues. We've been getting about 100 plus signups a day, and it's starting to increase more. We've got hundreds of leagues. Some are private, some are open. So head over to NewsHub Fantasy to play all of that fun stuff. Also, requested by the fans, because we listen. If you head over to if you head over to NewsHub Fantasy, we've got something also special for you out there. That's right, also. So again, newshubfantasy.com. So you have your XFL fantasy football. Oh, wait, where is it? Oh, sorry. It's on the default page. Yes. So you log in, you got NewsHub Fantasy, you got this all fun stuff here. You got leagues, and then you can play Pick'em on NewsHub Fantasy now. So you head over, you click on the Pick'em, and then basically we have the schedule uploaded. This was requested by fans to have this in. So now you can also play the Pick'em game. So you like, here is the first week of the season. Not only do you pick the teams or who's going to win, also total score and attendance. Maybe we'll use attendance. I have yet to see the API of whatever the XFL's API provider is yet. So that's kind of like the big wait and see right now, whether we get those data, what kind of data we're going to get. But again, this is when you sign up, this is a beta test. This isn't ESPN. This isn't Yahoo. This is basically me writing this code. So head over to NewsHub Fantasy. Now we have, not only can you sign up for leagues, but you can also play Pick'em, and we'll do some fun stuff with that. And again, always when it comes to this stuff, I want to hear from you. You tell me what it is you want. What do you want? What do you want to do? What would be cool? I like not only when it comes to this podcast, we have more and more new people signing up on a daily basis. So welcome to, we've been doing this since 2019, this podcast. It's been a long time, my friends. All right, so here's how we start off every show. If you want to be part of the show, email podcast at XFL NewsHub with your thoughts, or record an MP3 or video on your phone. We'll play it on next week's show, or leave a voicemail, 888-430-7692, extension 3. As always, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We really appreciate that. We'll leave it on the show. And we are always live at 8 p.m. Eastern on the YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, et cetera, et cetera. Timeline, 39 days till XFL kickoff. Right now, there are XFL players, XFL coaches watching the national championship game together with their teams and their teammates, with the schedule, with the home of the Vipers, and so much more. February 18th, 2023 is kickoff. The NFL season has completed, so there's been firings. I saw today that Lovie Smith is out, so that means our guy Pep Hamilton is looking for another gig because they've canned everybody from the Houston Texans team. I mean, you gave the guy a year, dude. You gave the guy a year to build a franchise. I don't know what's going on with that. So much more. What's up to everybody in the chat room? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the sights and sounds of the XFL training camp. Then we'll go into some news about a XFL player, then was a USFL player, and now he's back to then he was to an XFL player, that he was back to USFL player. We've got that news and the NFL Alumni Academy signings. We'll go through that and so much more. Then we'll get to your social media stuff and then right back to the game. So without further ado, folks, let's just get into the week that was the XFL.
Horns forward, baby. Let's go. Let's go win this championship.
Gentlemen, how we doing? Good. Okay. Congratulations, man. Honestly, I am supremely excited for each and every one of you. We took a lot of time, okay, to watch you on film, okay, get the resources and speak to people about the player and the kind of person you are. All right, everything was calculated in this thing. All right, so I really want to welcome you to this first meeting. It's my first head coach meeting, right? It's my first one. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, like, do I come in with this powerful speech? You know, all this stuff, all these different guys got these things, but you know what? It's real for me. All right, that's the one thing you're going to get from me. I've been in your shoes. Okay, I've been in your shoes for a long time. And I know where you're trying to get. And I'm telling you, I'm going to get you where you need to be. My goal is to max you guys out, but I want to get to know you guys. I want to know what makes you tick. And if you're not ticking, I'm going to get you ticking. Period. I know some of you may be frustrated at where the level you're at right now at this point in your career, but you know what, man? The journey is different for everybody. Everybody, man. You guys are young, and hang on to that dream and give me everything you got. All right, just give me everything you got and trust what we're doing.
What's up? It's day one. I'm super excited to get the players that come into the hotel. We're starting our foundation, and we're getting ready to work. So San Antonio, be ready. We're bringing home the championship. Peace. What's up, Brahmas fans? We're arriving here, getting ready for training camp. We're really excited to get to San Antonio, playing the Alamo Dome. We'll start putting the work in, hopefully give you a good football product. We're excited, man.
Rico Jeffers here. I'm super excited to get here to training camp and get ready to work and go get us an XFL championship.
How you doing, Brahma Nation? This is just ahead from the for camp. Ready to work, ready to get to it. Can't wait to get to it and see y'all at Alamo Dome real soon.
Hey, what's good, y'all? We out here in the DFW, Big Soto, Big Free.
Yes, sir.
Gonna get ready again this season.
Hey, bring it in.
Hey, yeah. Come here, Yeah, man. 2023 is gonna be our year. Let's get it.
What's up, DC? That's right. It is your quarterback, Jordan Tamu. I am so excited, and I'm so sorry for the wait, but I am locked in. I am ready to go, and I am really grateful for this opportunity to play for the XFL DC Defenders. I want you fans to be out there, be as loud as you can, pack out the stadium as we bring a championship home to the district. Let's get to work.
The Battlehawks lose Channing Stribling, cornerback for all USFL member. So the St. Louis Battlehawks will be losing an all-league player for the 2023 season. Channing Stribling, a former all USFL player and veteran of 5 football leagues, is returning to the USFL after being drafted by the Battlehawks in November. Yesterday, the Philadelphia Stars announced via Twitter that Channing Stribling will be returning to the team after putting together an all USFL season in 2022. They showed their free agent signings, Tavon Coney out of Notre Dame, tight end Ryan Izzo from Florida State, and then there it is, cornerback Channing Stribling from Michigan. Stribling has bounced around 5 NFL teams, the AAF, the XFL 2.0, and the CFL before being drafted by the Battlehawks. Stribling led the USFL with 8 interceptions despite playing in about 7 games, earning a contract with the Commanders for 2022 training camp. Despite a decent showing in camp, Stribling was cut on August 24th. So far, he's earned roughly $108,000 via Sport Track through his NFL career. Stribling comes the 5th to be drafted by an XFL team to, quote, choose the USFL over their selected XFL team. He also becomes the 5th USFL player to return to the USFL after leaving for the NFL as well. Over the span of his alt-league career, he's amassed 44 tackles, 1 sack, 9 interceptions, and 18 regular season games. Stribling also becomes the 3rd Battlehawk defensive back to, quote, depart for another league, as the team lost D'Angelo Ross to Tennessee and Nate Meadors to Pittsburgh. Stribling, who almost seemed like a shoo-in to start at cornerback for the team, opens up competition at the position which looked to be a lock coming into the 2023 season. For Stribling, his departure to the USFL may come down to the fact that he felt more comfortable in Coach Miller's scheme rather than defensive coordinator Donnie Abraham's scheme, in an effort to give him one more shot at an NFL opportunity, which is true. Stribling, at 28 years old, is likely at the point where his NFL window is likely closing. The decision to join the USFL over the XFL was hopefully one that was managed and calculated to the point that it is best for his career moving forward. For the Battlehawks moving forward, it creates an opportunity for another defensive back to earn a chance to garner playing time and even make the team in 2023. With the recent draft/allotments of NFL Alumni Academy, it's possible that Stribling's replacement could be a diamond in the rough. We will just have to find out. But at this point, now that everything has kind of been settled, with contract signing, we don't necessarily know who showed up and who didn't when it comes to these rosters, but definitely within the next week, we should have the roster shaked out. And then you're going to have players that weren't signed by NFL teams for the offseason who could be available. So there could still be a lot of player movement over the course of the next couple weeks. The XFL officially announced Jordan Tamu's return. The XFL announced on Friday that Jordan Tamu has been assigned to the DC Defenders, America's team. He also said in a video package that he's bringing the championship to DC, so it's a done deal. We shouldn't even bother playing the games now. Tamu, 25, returns to the XFL after leading the league in completion percentage, 72%, with the St. Louis Battlehawks in 2020. Played 2 years at Ole Miss, where he broke all-time school record for a 400 passing yard games. 4, ranked 6th all-time with 5,600 passing yards after transferring from New Mexico Military Institute. The Pearl City, Hawaii native was signed by the Houston Texans as a rookie free agent in 2019, but was released before the start of the season. So welcome officially to the DC Defenders, our quarterback, America's team's quarterback, Jordan Tamu, one of the top quarterbacks in the USFL as well. So the XFL released players that were picked up via the NFL Alumni Academy. There was a lot of players on this list. I'm not going to go through every single one because there was not a ton of huge names out there, but the DC Defenders picked up 10 players. Now, basically what's happening is each team will pick up these players. They were kind of everybody who was in the NFL Alumni Academy was assigned to a team to be partake in training camp. These are guys that weren't drafted. There were guys that were drafted that got an opportunity from the NFL Alumni Academy, but it's just another aspect. Remember, there was some kind of confusion when it comes to the NFL Alumni Academy, but you see these guys, and this was kind of the one aspect that would have worked as far as like, hey, we got to put these guys on a team and give them a shot. So this is how it all broke down. Houston Roughnecks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players. Let's see. Orlando Guardians, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, took 10 players. And let's go on to Brahmas, took 10 players. TJ Simmons, a wide receiver, is on there. They got guys from Syracuse and West Virginia. Seattle Sea Dragons also took 10 guys, offensive tackle, inside linebacker, Michigan player, Arizona guy, Jamar Washington, wide receiver from Southern. That's the Dragons. Battlehawks also took 10 guys from Rutgers and Rice, New Haven. AJ Green, not that AJ Green. Vegas Vipers took 9. Jordan Wilson, tight end from Florida State, is the name on it. Newberry, Tennessee Martin, Weber International. So there you have all those players picked up. We'll see Cecil Cherry, inside linebacker for some Tennessee Martin. All of your Fan Control football fans are big fans of his. I'm really excited. He's the one name that jumped out that I really want to see do well when it comes to the XFL, and I hope he makes it on to the Vipers. Great player in Fan Control football. So it's just kind of one of those things. We're just going to have to wait and see how these guys play out. If you want the full list, XFL NewsHub, all of our reporters are breaking down each team and these guys and kind of their background. So pick your team. Make sure you have your team. Head over to XFL NewsHub, and you can check out a little background on all of these players. What's up, XFL Army? If you're a fan of the XFL News Hub and you have a telephone, which I know all of you do because you're sitting there playing on your phones all the time, then why not download the XFL News Hub app? That's right, it's on iTunes. It's on Android. We have an Android version and an iPhone version of the XFL News Hub app. So what do you get? You get the latest news from XFL News Hub, the premier source of XFL news in the universe. Plus, you get push notifications when we have breaking news. You will be the first to know. You can leave a comment on some of the news right from your phone. Plus, you get this podcast on your phone as well. Remember, you can leave us reviews on the Google Play Store or iTunes. It links to other social media, our other social media accounts, and so much more. Be in the know. I know you're on your phones. People are on their phones all the time. They never get off their phones. So why not just download the XFL News Hub app on your Android or iPhone today? All you need to do is go to the Google Play Store or iTunes and just type in XFL News Hub. That's XFL News Hub. Download our app on your phone today. All right, my friends, we are back. What's up in the chat room? We've got our buddies in the chat room. Oh, where did it go? Where is my chat room? Oh, what's up? Depleted Mind says, go Brahmas. There you go there. Oh, from Twitch, Calazao Hoops says, woo. Heinz Ward, yeah. Horns forward. Depleted Mind says, week 1, Brahmas versus Battlehawks, Alamo Dome. Let's go. Totally agree. Make sure you smash that like button, by the way, if you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube. All right, let's quickly go through some. I mean, we got a lot of stuff done last week, so this is going to be a quick show. Let's get to some of your social media stuff before we wrap things up. I mean, basically, the guys are in training camp, and that's what we're going to do there. That's what's kind of happening at this point. Not big news. All right, about Battlehawks losing Channing Stribling. Matthew Hunt says, I can see an XFL USFL merger in a few years. Maybe. I mean, I think so too. I think you got 5 years. Let's kind of see both, with the schedule that the XFL had going on, and then you had the, and then the whole thing with the Vegas Vipers and talking with the CFL and all this other stuff. I think both leagues seem like they're kind of in that same spot. And it's kind of 50-50 right now, to be honest with you. Ron says it would be cool if the XFL and USFL competed against each other. The best both leagues make it to whatever bowl. It'd be hard to do, but it would be cool. Oh, I got to tell you about an idea. that actually over the weekend. I was with some family members over the weekend, and they were telling me about the Stratomat. Have you heard of Stratomatic baseball or something? And so they were telling me all about it, and I was like, Stratomatic XFL and USFL. So I'm researching it. It would be something that would take place at the end of the season, at the end of both season. But how cool would it be if you could, through a simulation, have XFL and USFL players and draft from both leagues to be on your team and actually play like a simulation? There is a way to do it. And I was like, that would be really cool, but you definitely need to be a math nerd and have a lot of time on your hands to code that stuff. But it was something, I just thought that would be so much fun. About the XFL ESPN announcements, Louis is very excited, says yes. Let's see. Alexis C says, will the games be available in Mexico? If you have ESPN Plus, then the answer is yes. About the Vegas Vipers home field at Cashman Field, Mark Smith says high school field. No, it's not. John says just put temporary seats on the right side of the field, could make it 20,000 capacity. That's cool. That would be great. All right, on to some other. Let's go to the YouTubes. Let's see here for our YouTube. All right. There's the YouTube. Let's clean that up a little bit. Shall we? So you can read it while you're watching it. All right. Let's see here. Psychopath, you better employee 209 says North and South. Well, they got the geography correct, but what the hell are they thinking? Having Washington in the same division as Seattle and Las Vegas, all just to play favoritism towards Texas. If the Dallas Texan 2.0 and Oilers were forced to play in separate divisions during the Royal AFL season, thanks to the choosing of blah, 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 they should Arlington, San Antonio, and Houston. Oh, and he's breaking it all out. Basically, he's just upset. I mean, it makes sense business-wise to put the three teams in the division and then have Orlando because it's the furthest south compared to Vegas. I don't have a problem with the North and South division, better than the East and West because you got the three teams in Texas, and you want to keep the three teams in Texas. And it doesn't really matter at the end of the day what division they're in per se. I mean, you could moved a team out of Texas, but then who would have went in their place? Vegas? You could have put Vegas, slid Vegas in there, and then maybe had Arlington be in the East division. But, I mean, tomato. They can always change it later. I'm not too worried about it. But I'm just glad that we have all that stuff at this point. Schedule, ticket sales going on this week. Ray Weir 2 says, look, Tamu will always be a Battlehawk, period, with a capital T. We will honor him as a Battlehawk that he is, unlike certain people in the NFL. Cough, we don't abandon our own. Dang. And this just goes to show you that DC will always need a little call. That's the only way you're going to get to matter. It's okay to admit it. We're used to it. We have our therapist on standby when you need it because, and listen closely, CACAW is a law. Everyone will know this. XFL should be on season 3 or 4 with 10 plus teams. Agree there. Craig Bryant 3439. Do you think Louisville or Georgia will get an XFL team? Georgia, maybe. Louisville, I don't know. Badger Gurdon 70708 here. So I'm glad Jordan Tamu is coming back to the XFL. God bless and Happy New Year to you and yours, Mark. God bless to you too, my friend. Appreciate that. Jay Mesner 6004. The only thing that annoys me is the promotion aspect of the XFL. What happened to the content? They have all these media moguls and gurus in the league actually use them to introduce us to some of the players drafted, show us footage from training. I was saying the same thing too. I'm leaving my glasses on because I can't read the screen anymore. I agree with you too. Why you have all these super media moguls. I hope, as far as the media aspect of this, you spend a lot of money on a lot of these big names. I want to see something innovative and different. If we get another, you know, HBO, NHL, NFL media type thing behind the scenes and one show, and that show appears on ESPN at 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever. If you have a show that appears on ABC, like on real time, not like 30 minutes before the game, which I'm fine with when the USFL did that because it's like it's the first run. United by Football. That was the first run. I mean, if you had something coming on prime time or a weekly show, I mean, they say 360 content. I'm interested in see what you got there. But I agree. You paid a lot of high profile guys to come on board. I hope they have something unique and different they're bringing to the table. Brian Yerger says, indeed, the DC vendors are America's team. You are correct. Soko passes. The Green Bay Packers say hi, counting pre-Super Bowl champions. Okay. He also says, you're my favorite XFL YouTube channel because you are a fellow DC Defenders fan. Hope we'll see you at the opener and get to meet you. Yes, I'll always be at Walters before the game. Here's something cool that you can do. You can go to XFL NewsHub, go to the schedule. You can download that schedule to like Google, to your Outlook, or to your iPhone calendar. You got to give it 24 hours, I was told, and it did work for me. 24 hours. You add it, give it 24 hours to let this thing sync, especially when you use Google, and then you have all the games on your calendar. You can go to xflnewshub.com and just click on the calendar, something the XFL doesn't give you, but we do. Because I needed it. I wasn't going to type all that stuff in. Steve is Love, 1959. So the first game of the year in DC at night in February. It's the dead of winter, and they put our first game at night in DC. Yeah, I know. It may be 5 degrees or lower at game time. I'm a season ticket holder, but that is crazy, and the stadium is open air. Plus, it's by the water. I'll add that in. No way I will be there. Who made the schedule? This is a recipe for disaster. Steve. What is wrong with you, Steve? What do you mean you're not going to be there? You're a season ticket holder. It's the first game back. You better be there, Steve. Listen, you better be there, Steve. We're going to cut a promo on you if you're not there. Hang out. Just listen. Just go hang out for a little bit. You go back to Walters. That's all. We'll see. We'll see what they kind of have cooking there. And it's been warmish in DC area. But hey, I was in some cold ones last year. It was never as cold as being in Green Bay for the Ravens game when it was -20 at kickoff. So there you go. There. But you better be there, Steve is Love, because you're showing no love to DC Defenders. You're going to be there if it's -5, because I told you. Congrats, XFL. Hope you have a great season. Greg Crawford. This is the XFL. Yeah, that was the 30 for 30 thing. Cyril Moore. Appreciate that. User, a bunch of other stuff. I can't believe Tamu is on the Defenders. We're going to the championship. Print it. Have it right there. It's already printed now. You are correct. Sky Morgan 200 says, I love the show. Appreciate you. Also, listen, he's right. I don't know what else to tell you guys. All you other teams, Brahmas, Sea Dragons. Cacaw is the law, which is factual. But DC Defenders, America's team, is bringing a championship to DC, and it's going to be quite lovely. I have my Raven. I was a Raven season ticket holder, and they won the Super Bowl. Come on. I'm a DC Defender season ticket holder. We're winning the Finn Bowl. They got to name it after my dog, Finn. The Finn Bowl. All right, on to the Twitter real quick. XFL Huddle members, if you didn't see this, season ticket holders are getting notifications about early access to single game XFL tickets. You can find that if you're part of the Huddle or if you're part of season ticket holders. Go to the huddle. Just take up XFL Huddle. It's on their website. You can find it, sign up. They ask you questions. It's a great way to kind of give them information, about what kind of where your head's at and stuff. Nate Rossetti says, I checked the season ticket map for DC. It looks like there is not a whole lot left. Tons of season ticket holders in DC, which is fantastic. And then the Luminic Freak, Devin says, great to hear. Let's make sure the XFL is here forever. Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. I have heard rumblings out there that DC is leading the way in season tickets. I have heard that. I'm just putting it out there because all of those Commander fans that were kind of done with franchise and done with Daniel Snyder are like, well, we want to have a football team. And I think they're jumping on the bandwagon in DC. And that's why I think we're getting that primetime game at 8 o'clock. Why? Because that's a primetime game Sunday night, and the place is going to be packed. That's why I think that happened there. So that is that. All right, let's see, my friends. Last up, we'll finish up here in the chat. Lots of chats in there. We'll get to you guys. Let's see here. Cows of Hoops on Twitch. Oh, did Vipers get a stadium? Yes, they did. Cashman Field is the place to be. Get your season tickets now. They're a little delayed on their tickets coming. They're a little delayed compared to everybody else, but I believe the 12th is when all of the teams except for Vegas Vipers will have their tickets out there. Jose say, do you think the conference will change once teams leave to their home markets? I think it will stay the same. I have a feeling we're going to get these teams for at least season 1 and season 2. I mean, unless this is just a blockbuster hit and people are chomping at the bit to get involved with the league, I think we'll get a season 2, probably similar stuff, because they've got to work out the kinks or whatever. I think if you're going to see any change, it would be in year 3. And you can totally, what I would do if I was them is, number one, you're trying to get through season 1. And then people be like, okay, cool. Then at the end of season 1, you're kind of building, you're kind of getting your foot on the ground, you're getting into season 2. Because you got to see how much money you make, how much money you lose. In season 2 kicks off. That is when you tease the heck out of places about, cities. And so during the season, you would tease, because that's what fans, they want to know if they're going to have a team in their hometown. And that's what gets a lot of interest. So in season 2, I would tease the heck out of that and be like, hey, we're going to do something, or, by the end of whatever, we're going to, at the end of the season, we're going to roll out every day potential areas or who knows what. But you could definitely tease the heck out of that. Cancelo Loop says, yeah, who is blah, blah, blah. 3 teams in Texas, yes, because everybody is centralized in Texas. It makes sense to have 3 teams in Texas. This way, you're trying to cut costs. Remember, we're here in the long term, despite the naysayers out there. With the USFL and XFL, particularly, we want this in the long term. So you're not going to get guns ablazing when this league comes out. Remember, all these people that have been hired, that they're continuing to hire, that's year round. And this season is all right. So from January, February, March, April, May. So it's 5-month season per se. Then for the next 7 months is, what are you going to fill that with? And you're paying these people full time to do stuff. That's going to be really interesting. The USFL, they pulled in people for the USFL season and then kind of let them go back to you doing stuff with Fox Sports. So they didn't have to carry that load all season long or during the off season, which is smart. The XFL has got to keep all these people going. How are they going to make money during the off season? We'll just have to find out. Let's see here. JJ Jones says, hell yeah, I'm ready for some football after football. Yeah, there you go. Alan says, hopefully they will bring back LA, New York with expansion. Alan also says, or San Diego. I think San Diego is a definite shot. And they said New York, LA are on the cards. It's just really expensive it's just expensive there. And they don't want to do that right now. All right, my friends, I appreciate you guys checking in. Remember, if you want to be part of the show, email podcast at XFL NewsHub with your thoughts. Record MP3 video on your phone. Play it on next week's show. Leave a voicemail, 888-430-7692, extension 3. We'll have a lot of fun. We'll do some fun contests, et cetera, coming soon. I knew today would be light because there's not much news. We hit that on Thursday, and we have the championship game. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We'll read it on the show. And, hey, what's up to our first Twitch chat? has loops checking in, but we can watch live at 8 p.m. Eastern, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Appreciate you guys. All right, my friends. Yeah, I'm wearing glasses. So what? Enjoy the game tonight. Stay tuned to XFL NewsHub with all the latest news coming from training camp. I think we'll get some more players. The biggest thing I'm waiting for right now is DFS, what are they doing fantasy football, what are they doing about their data provider. And they have to have a data provider who is going to manage the data and give it to DraftKings and FanDuel. They had it before. The USFL has had it. They need the data for, if you're tapping into that gambling market. So we will just have to find out. All right, my friends, that is it for me, folks. God bless. As always, enjoy the game, the national championship game. And then we're into NFL playoffs. And then we'll be like 30 days away from the XFL kickoff. It is crazy. It's incredible. Thank you. As always, God bless. Mahalo. And I will see you all later.